Hey, this is Sam Black with my first match with green-white, well, Bant tokens in Standard. I'm on the draw and my opponent is capped. I wish this tapped for white to power up the knight, but I still think it's a fine keep. 2 lands with 2 hangerbacks on the draw, and some other good stuff to do, and if I draw another white, I'm in really great shape. If I draw the white on turn 3, it's still not that bad, because I can go hangerback, then next turn Knight of the White Orchid, and still hit if my opponent doesn't miss a land drop. Alright, I'm going to fetch a plains here, so that I can play knight next turn. But I'm obviously going to play a hangerback this turn, because knight wouldn't work. Don't know what to expect out of my opponent. Haven't seen a lot of Rattleclaw Mystics lately. Alright. Reasonably aggressive. Let's lead with this guy. I think I'm going to get plains, and so I could play forest and hangerback walker, but I think having drawn the other knight, I actually want to just wait and play knight next turn, because I don't have a 5th land guaranteed otherwise, and I want to be sure that I can cast Wingmate Rock, and I want to build up to a big quarantine field. So I'm just going to power this up so it doesn't get killed in response and skip playing a land this turn. And at this point, it might be not at all obvious to my opponent what deck I'm playing, since I haven't played a green land, despite having played Windswept Teeth, and I've played Knight of the White Orchid, which obviously wasn't in my deck at the Pro Tour. Alright, that's scary. And my opponent didn't play a land. Ugh. Alright, so we're going to give up on the knight. And just hope to draw a land next turn for Wingmate Rock. How do I not die? I guess I have to Gideon emblems so that Wingmate Rock can block next turn. Can block, so that each 2 Wingmate Rocks can block 2 Thunder Breaks. And I guess I should attack with this, because I'd be happy to break it. That was a mistake. I F6'd before realizing that I should have just played hangerback for 0 that turn. So I really need to draw land here. And that is not a land, which I believe means I'm just dead. I certainly can't quarantine field with Thunder Breaks. There's no way my opponent's going to block if I attack. Yeah, I think that's just it. So I'm going to be on the play, so I don't want the knights. I want surges and valorous stances because I want to kill these dragons. I think I want this because he has mana creatures. I'm bringing in a lot of removal, so I want den protectors. And then the nature of going super removal heavy is that I end up needing to cut a lot of cards, which means that my combo-oriented cards end up being the first to go, I think. Thunderbreak's pretty good against Gideon. Let's go secure and minimize Gideon. Don't see any reason Dispel is going to be great in this matchup. This is kind of a lot of Wingmate Rocks, especially with all these removal spells where I might not be able to trigger it. And when I'm grinding this much, I kind of want to leap. Don't know how good to expect Silk Wrap to be. I think mostly pretty good. I'm going to cut Quarantine Field for Leap, which could easily be wrong. And I'm only going to play one Leap, which could also be wrong. This looks fine. My opponent's down to 6 cards. I'll lead Canopy Vista since there aren't any blue cards in my deck. That's fine. I think there's no reason not to play this. And I'm just going to cast this face down because it's the most mana efficient play. I'm not really worried if my opponent kills it. So that was a Draconic Roar. And my opponent has revealed Thunderbreak. I'll play Gideon and make a token and expect that my opponent is going to cast Thunderbreak and I'm going to Emblem. Oh, well, that was a good draw that could potentially change things. My opponent can obviously redirect to Gideon, but Gideon will live through that. Extra Knight tokens seem pretty good with Evolutionary Leap. Yeah, I think I want to make an ally and play Hanger back. And then pass with Surge up. Oh, I should attack. but apparently that didn't happen. Okay, that's fine. It's not a big deal, but I should have attacked, because if my opponent plays another Thunderbreak pre-combat, then Surge will happen twice. My opponent will get 2 triggers on Thunderbreak when I Surge, which would allow my opponent to kill Gideon or do a lot of damage to me, either of which are obviously strictly worse than not having that happen. What is this? Oh, Roar in response. Get the 3 damage, probably kill Gideon. Hope to hit a land here. Alright, that's fine. I think I just play this leap. My opponent has 1 card, so I think I'm in pretty good shape at this point. It's probably a Den Protector, but I'm gonna wrap it anyway. Yeah, there's a Rattleclaw. Alright, that makes sense. Attack with everything. And I think I should just get rid of this Visionary and try to find something good like Anissa. Perfect. That was very much like Anissa. I believe I've already played a land, so that'll have to wait. Okay, so my opponent's committed to blocking if I attack with Nissa. I would rather just have a Planeswalker. Let's flip, draw a card. I'll just make this a 3/3, and obviously I can sacrifice it to leap for 3 tokens and a card in hand. Thunderbreak is not particularly scary here. So I drew all 4 hangerbacks, and despite the fact that my opponent had 3 Silk Wraps, I think they ended up being pretty good ultimately. which is interesting when considering I was thinking about siding them out because my opponent has all those silk wraps. I'm not sure if I want to. But I still am leaning toward it because I want to make room for these Knight of the White Orchids since I'm on the draw, and I think I want another leap even though I'm on the draw. I guess Gideon's even worse on the draw. We can cut all of those. Let's just cut all the hangerbacks and bring in a quarantine field. If my opponent just has a bunch of silk wraps and big creatures, this could be quite good. Let's try this. Might have wanted Dramoka's Command, but it's not easy to fight Thunderbreaks, and I'm not really that worried about blowing up silk wraps. This is fine. This is going to get green-white, and then on turn 2 I'll play Leap, and on turn 3 I'll play Knight of the White Orchid. Unless I draw other things to do then, obviously. Alright. Not sure if it's right, but I'm actually just going to stasis snare this thing. I think it represents too much damage. If my opponent plays land and I draw land, I can play Knight of the White Orchid and Nissa. And that happened. And now the other forest in my hand means that I'll be able to quarantine field Thunderbreak and something else. Which should help stabilize. That's definitely what I want to do here. My life total is very low though, so if my opponent has another flyer, I'm in a lot of trouble. Obviously, Dramoka's Command to kill the quarantine field would not be something I can really beat, which it looks like my opponent has, and it's just missing a second target. Alright, fortunately, this is now something I can sacrifice instead. I'm gonna make another creature now so that it's more likely that I can trigger the Wingmate Rock and I don't have to worry about my enchantment getting destroyed in response to the fetch. Alright, that was a good start. That's an interesting follow-up. I think nothing is better than just playing Retreat, or playing Wingate rather. I think I just attack with one of these. Awkward bit of lag there where I wasn't sure what phase I was in. So no blocks. That's lucky. Alright. Things are looking up. Yeah, this is still a little scary. So the Dromoka's command can make the Den Protector a 4-power creature, which is obviously lethal. I can block it only with creatures that have at least 4 power. I can make one of those by cracking the fetch land. This is sack an enchantment, but it was on counter, so I have to sacrifice this thing. Give my guys +1/1. So that they can block. Sacrifice this thing. Alright, well this is only the 6th land for my opponent, so it's not a flipped Nissa yet. Oh, that was great. In fact, my opponent might just be dead. I can play Retreat, and then I can trigger 1, 2, 3, 4. I can give all my guys +4/+4, which is forces my opponent to block with everything. And obviously going up to 8 life is nice. get that you don't want to, but you really will die if you don't block with everything, opponent. This was... Retreat can be a swingy card. This was a game that I think I was still very likely to lose if I didn't draw a land. But overrunning here is very good. So now all my opponent's creatures are dying. These two are living. I'm losing one guy. I'm hitting for 10. If I break this, I get to save all my creatures and do an extra... I get to put my opponent to 3, or I can just hold on to this to overrun next turn. I think it's all very comparable. I think I'm just going to pass here. And I'll just make 2 more creatures at the end of turn, which threatens lethal and increases the amount of life that I'm gaining and makes drawing a land an out to win through removal. Alright, well that was sweet.